In 1543, a dying Polish priest published a book that started a revolution. His name was Nicholas Copernicus. His book was called On the Revolutions of the Heavenly Spheres. In it, he argued that the Earth was not the center of the universe. The Sun was. It took 40 years before anyone noticed. Copernicus had deliberately written in dense mathematical Latin, hoping to avoid controversy. He died the same year his book was published. But once the idea escaped, it could not be contained. Within 150 years, humans had overturned every fundamental assumption about how the universe works. They discovered the laws of gravity, the circulation of blood, the composition of light, the mathematics of motion, and the existence of invisible microorganisms. This was the scientific revolution, the most profound change in human thinking since the invention of writing. And it happened faster than anyone could have predicted. To understand why, you need to understand what people believed before. For over 1,000 years, European intellectual life had been organized around two authorities, the Bible and Aristotle. Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher, had described a universe that made intuitive sense. The earth sat motionless at the center. Heavy things fell because they sought the center. The heavens were made of a perfect crystalline substance that moved in perfect circles. Everything had a natural place and a natural purpose. The Catholic Church had adopted Aristotle's cosmology and fused it with Christian theology. The earth was at the center because God had placed humanity at the center of creation. The heavens were perfect because they were closer to God. To question Aristotle was to question the Church. And the Church had the power to imprison, torture, and execute. But then Copernicus moved the earth, and everything started to unravel. The first great figure after Copernicus was Tycho Brahe, a Danish nobleman who lost his nose in a duel and wore a metal replacement for the rest of his life. Tycho built the most sophisticated observatory in Europe on an island given to him by the King of Denmark. For 20 years, he measured the positions of stars and planets with unprecedented accuracy. Tycho himself didn't fully accept Copernicus. He proposed his own compromise model, but his data was priceless. When Tycho died in 1601, his data passed to his assistant, a young German mathematician named Johannes Kepler. Kepler spent years trying to fit Tycho's observations of Mars into circular orbits, the shape everyone assumed planets must travel. He failed. The data would not fit circles. After 8 years of calculations done by hand, Kepler made one of the most courageous decisions in the history of science. He abandoned circles. Kepler discovered that planets move in ellipses, oval shapes, not circles. He published his 3 laws of planetary motion between 1609 and 1619. These laws described exactly how planets move. They replaced 2,000 years of assumptions about perfect celestial circles. But Kepler couldn't explain why planets move in ellipses. That would take another genius.